Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I am going to be showing you how to achieve this look, and guess what, it is beginner friendly. So if you're still trying to learn how to put your makeup on and how to do a step-by-step makeup, then this video is going to be so helpful. And trust me, when you follow this tutorial step by step, you're going to achieve a flawless, beautiful makeup. So with no further ado, let's run into the business of today. Starting off, I went on to clean my face. Now for this process, you can either use your face wipe, a baby wipe, or your micellar water to properly cleanse your face. Then I went on to use a moisturizer all over my face. This is a step I would advise you not to miss in your makeup routine. Whether you're dry skin, oily skin, combination skin, this step is a step you shouldn't miss. Then I went on to use my primer, and because I'm a combination / oily skin girly, I'm using a mattifying primer for this look. Now if you're dry skin, I'll advise you use a primer that is not mattifying. Okay, so just know your skin type to know the product to use. Now I am going on with my Eyelashes corrector to use on those dark spots or hyperpigmentation spots on my face. Now it depends. This process is not a must. You can skip if you want, but why I did this in this particular video is because I wanted you guys to see how easy it is when you use a corrector first on your hyperpigmentation spots before going in with your foundation. It just makes the foundation sit properly on the face. And like I mentioned, this is a beginners friendly makeup, so I just really want to show you guys processes that would make your makeup job easier. Okay, now if you're always struggling with applying foundation and you still see those dark spots on your face, this corrector will just help the foundation to cover properly, even though it is not a full coverage foundation. Then I went on back to that corrector as my blush on my cheekbone, and then I went in with my highlighter. I just used one shade of highlighter for this. Just use a highlighter that is about 2 shades lighter than your actual shade, and you use this product underneath your eyes and on the bridge of your nose. Then I went on to use a darker foundation, and I would use this as my contour. I use this just below my cheekbone, then some of it on the side of my nose, and then my forehead, and also on my jaw line. This is just the places you would need your contour. You can always use a proper contour for this, or you can use a foundation that is darker than your skin tone. And you can see I'm using a big angle fluffy brush for this. Now if you don't have a brush like this, you can always use your beauty blender, but just make sure you're using what works for you. This angle fluffy brush is just the easiest when it comes to blending my concealer, but if you don't have this, you can always use what you have. Then I went on to use my beauty sponge to blend those blush on my face. This is what I use for my corrector, but I also use it for my blush, but now I'm using it in a bigger amount, so it's going to show properly. And then I went on to blend the concealers that I have applied on my face. Now you notice that all those times that I spent has made the concealer on my face to dry a bit, and when the concealer on your face dry a bit, it just helps the concealer to blend properly. And you see, when I was trying to blend the concealer on my nose, I had to squeeze the sponge a bit so it would be smaller and it would be able to blend my nose properly. And this process, you just keep blending until you've achieved what you want. Then I went on to use this smaller fluffy brush to blend the contour that I used on my nose. It's just better you use something that is precise and something that would get the exact part you want it to get. You don't need something too big. You'll be able to blend that contour properly on your nose. Like I said, for a beginner, please just blend and blend it. Then I went on to use my powder, and I used a lighter shade first to set the contour. Sorry, not the contour, to set the highlighters on my face. every part that I use a highlighter, I use that light shade of powder. Then I went on to use a proper setting powder on those highlighted parts of my face. Okay, now this is just going to now properly help stick and bake your face. Okay, now for my eyebrow, normally I would skip this part of my makeup routine, but I want you guys to see a detailed makeup routine. So I just went on to sharpen my pencil. Using a pencil for your brow is the easiest and the cheapest thing you can do as a beginner. Okay, it's not expensive and it does the job for me. Just make sure your pencil is very sharp, and make sure your brows are well trimmed so you won't be so stressful. Okay, and you follow the natural shape of your brows. And you can also see that at the beginning part I am shading and I am not filling. Now when I get to the middle and to the ending part, now I can fill with a light hand. You try not to do too much, except you're kind of person that wants your brows to be very thick, then you can do what you want. But personally, I don't like my brows to be very thick, so I just prefer to fill the front. I went on to conceal my brows using this concealer palette. This is my favorite concealer palette at the moment. Okay, and I'm just trying to show you guys that I use a flat brush. Personally, I feel when you use a flat brush, it makes the job easier, especially as a beginner. Then for my eyeshadow, I did not do anything too much. I just went back to my powder palette and I used the darkest shade on the palette as my eyeshadow using a big fluffy brush. I'm just tapping and then I'm blending, nothing too much. This is a beginner friendly makeup, so we don't need to do too much, but we're still going to achieve a very cute makeup look. Now, even though you don't want to use like a brown shade that I'm using here, you just want to use one shade of eyeshadow, there is no problem. Just take something or use a eyeshadow that won't really stress you and you won't have to do too much. Okay, you won't have to blend too much. With time, you can always start doing the cut crease and the every other thing you want to do. Now for this step, I'm just lining my eyes, and this step is also not a must, but I just like to line my eyes when I'm not doing too much eyeshadow. So I am lining my eyes with a eyeliner. Right now, you can always use a liquid eyeliner. You can also use an eyeliner that you use a brush to apply. So just use what works for you. If you need a detailed tutorial on how to do your eyeliner, you can let me know. I'll probably do that for a short video, or you can also watch other tutorials here on YouTube. Now, to finish my face, I am going to be using my powder on my face, like a proper powder of my shade on my face. Then I went on to use a powder contour still on my powder palette, and I'm using that on those places I applied the liquid contour. That was on the cheekbone, my jawline, and on my nose. And that is what I am doing here, just to define the liquid concealer. And I still went back to use those same brush that I used for the liquid contour. Now for my lips, keeping this very simple and very easy, I went back to my eye pencil and I used this to line my lips. Then I went to line my lower lips. Just use an eye pencil that is visible. Okay, there are some pencils that you would get and you use them on your lips, you just notice that it's not visible. It's very light. So I prefer to use pencils that are visible, because these things are not, we won't show so much. So just use something that you'll be able to see as a brown shade and it will be beautiful. You can also use a brown lippy, but I love the shade of this pencil. That's what I am using. Then I went on to use my classic Nude Girl, just a little bit of that, and then I went on to use the classic honey shade, still very little. And then to complete the lips, I went on to use my gloss, and this one is from Absolute, and this just sealed the lip look. And I really just love how simple and beautiful this makeup look came up. I went on to use my setting spray on my face, and this one is from Kiss Beauty. I also wasn't having enough blush. I just felt I needed more blush, more color on my face. Then I went on to add my powder blush, but before that I went to use my mascara on the bottom lashes and on the upper lashes. Now please get me right, you can always leave your makeup like this as a beginner and you see how beautiful this is. But if you want to apply your lashes, if you know how to apply your lashes, then you can always use your lashes at this point and you would still get a perfect look. Personally, I just love how well lashes uplift my face when I'm on makeup. On a normal, I love lashes without makeup, so I still love lashes with my makeup. Okay, so this is the time to use your lashes. But then, like I mentioned, I went on to add some bit of blush on my face to get more color on my face, because I felt everything was just a bit too nude, so I wanted a bit more color on my face. And this powder blush did justice. Then I added a bit of highlighter on my cheekbone. I did not do too much with my highlighter, but this was just perfect. Guys, if you follow this tutorial, please tag me on any social media, because I just feel there is no way you follow this tutorial and you won't get a very pretty makeup look as a beginner. And you just see how everything blended, how everything sits. Just take your time, be patient, okay, and you're going to be fine. Then I went on to now apply my eyelashes, and this is what I did. I used my bond and I applied the bond on the lashes, on the strip of the lashes, and I applied this just on top of my natural lashes. If you want to know how to properly apply your lashes, you can leave me a comment in the comment section and I'll probably make a short video on that, or you can also watch other YouTube videos to learn how to properly fix your lashes. But you can see how this lashes just uplifted the makeup. So that is why personally I just love to use lashes on my makeup. So basically this is it for a simple makeup look for beginners. So we've come to the end of this makeup look and I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to play around when you are learning, alright? And play around with different techniques just to lay your hands on the perfect fit for you. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If this is your first time, do not forget to hit the subscription button to join this amazing family, and also leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay happy, stay blessed, and stay safe. Bye guys.